here's the boys. Morning.
Top of the morning.
Morning, Jarred. Oh, here he is.
Hi.
And we have Mark over there in his high-rise apartment. How's your snooze?
Not bad.
That's what we like to hear.
A couple more hours would be nice.
Hours? You've been up there for 2. Oh well, we best pack up and get the hell out of here.
You know what they say?
We
can't go exploring without your explorers.
Get something on the road.
I reckon. Yeah, it's already 7:30, so we might as well chuff off. We've still got 7 hours to drive.
With a quick overnight stop from South Australia, we are now in Victoria and edging closer to Dargo. We hit the mountains around 3 PM, although it looks like it's about 5 in the morning. Obviously Mark didn't get the memo. It's 2 degrees up here and he's still in thongs. We've got a hold of a mate who's putting us up at his place in Dargo for a couple of nights. His name's Tom, and we're all pretty eager to sit down over a beer and absorb some of that local knowledge. We've still got about an hour to take in this beautiful countryside before we get there. The boys are all having a bit of a laugh. We've set up camp underneath 3 massive walnut trees, and Mark here has a reasonably serious nut allergy.
Another clue.
It's autumn in the high country. Where else would you rather be? Luke's in the kitchen this morning cooking breakfast for everyone. It's a good thing we've got a big enough hot plate to handle the load. Now with everyone fueled up, we discuss the day's plan over a hot cup of coffee. Right, with a bulletproof plan, we hit the trails. We're on the Crooked River track first up this morning, but in the usual sidetracked fashion, who knows where we'll end up. With 25 river crossings on this one trail and even a couple of historic sites, we're pretty keen to get to the bottom of this mountain range and see what they have to offer. We left the tracker set up back at camp, so today the patrol has a chance to spread its wings. There's nothing too difficult about this trail so far. It's just first gear, low range, and just idle on down. It's hard to get a perception on how steep these trails are until you come here and drive them yourself. Mark's still getting used to the petrol Jeep, and compared to the diesel, it's lacking about 150 newton meters of torque, which is definitely noticeable off-road. He is excited, however, be sleeping in his brand new James Baroud rooftop tent, which is incredibly fast to set up, 30 seconds and your head is on the pillow. we find a spot to pull up and stretch the pins, and also check out some of this scenery. Well, some of us anyway. Mark's not getting out until Luke finds him a handbrake. One consistency with all Wranglers is a crap handbrake. A couple of tight switchbacks and we're into the valley. And as always, it's nice to get the rubber wet. There's not too much water around at this time of year. The creeks are still flowing, but any four-wheel drive with a small lift could probably get through. All it really does is just make the exits a little more challenging. With Nick's recent diff ratio upgrade to handle his 35s, he is loving the extra ground clearance and grip. And the two spares hanging off the back, they're making the rear end look pretty nice too. Up ahead is one of many historic sites in the region. This one is the New Good Hope mine, and apparently there's still old machinery sitting on the hillside. So we're going to pull up and check it out. It's a tough climb, but it's definitely worth it. Check out some of this old machinery. We reckon with a couple of cans of fox piss, we would probably get the old girl turning over. We've all built up a bit of an appetite after that grueling fitness regime, so we've stopped at the next crossing for a bite to eat. On the menu today is the usual chip sandwiches. And while the chef prepares those, well, Adam thinks he's onto something better.
Oh, you got a fish.
Wow. How is it, mate?
Not bad.
After lunch, we turn off of the Crooked River track and onto the Cynthia Range track, where we were promised a bit of a view. But either way, following Jarreds 76 series up these hills, with a turbocharged V8 in it, is an absolute pleasure to the ears.
Not bad view.
Now we were promised a view, but this, well, check it out for yourself.